Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant, a two-man booth. This week, John is on an impromptu week away with the lovely missus, so it's just me and my co-host Dave Shaft. How are you?
Hey, I told you I renamed him to, what was it, Sweet Ryan Rage. But it's weird because they go Rage when they announce it. I bought WWE 2K24 because it was like 10 quid or 50 quid on sale. Made my own character, Dave Shaft. Obviously, it didn't say that. I've also got a thing for long-faced men, I've noticed. But then when you start the story mode thing, you have to create a character again. So
you can't just bring them over.
You can import them, as it turns out, but I didn't find that out until much later on. So I got Sweet Ryan Rage. Yeah, it's good.
Well, how's the game?
It's the same as the last one, basically.
Yeah, that's right. The last one was good.
I finally got the hang of the timings on it now because I was getting very, very angry doing the story mode thing. And the story mode doesn't seem to be as good. It feels quite linear, unless I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, they tend to not be the best.
Well, it ain't SmackDown, but I'm enjoying it. It was fun. It was 15 quid. You know what I mean? It's for those bits when I'm getting a bit annoyed at male guard because I still can't do no kissing. Been trying for so long, and it's a kiss-free zone. I don't know whether I've ruined it or I've got kissing turned off. I don't know. 45 quid to not kiss some. Wait a minute, this is getting weird. Anyway, yeah, that's been my week anyway.
Sounds fun. John's been with some new toasters.
Yeah. Possibility of possible merch. Very limited edition. Very limited, depending on how much it costs. But yeah, so if you are coming to Morecambe, then there may be actually something to spend your hard-earned coin on. There might not be, but, come along anyway. I don't know how many seats are left.
No, I need to keep putting the thing out. So get them to retweet it.
Yes.
Looking forward to it, yeah. That's the 7th of December, if you're going.
In Morecambe before the Odyssey Pro Wrestling Buried Treasure final show of the year, which should be very, very good, which I'm very much looking forward to. Because it's something. It's a weekend away.
It is. We've not actually stayed over since the very first show. I
know, because the hotel is terrifying.
But no, we're renting a room out in it to host a live.
You're kicking the staff out from what I've seen. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. It'd be good, clean fun. Yeah. If it's anything like the weather now, I'm going to be very angry because I'm freezing. I've got the heating on.
It is.
And I've got like 3 layers of clothing, and it's just and you've got TB. It's not. It ain't good.
Got two and a half weeks. 2.5 weeks in it. So yeah, we've got 3 weekends of wrestling. We've got Full Gear this weekend, which we'll do predictions for today. We've got Survivor Series the week after, and then it's Morecambe.
Wow! And then the weekend after that, it's Bolton.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes.
Bentley against Troy Ryan, which hopefully Troy's going to win.
Very good.
Yeah, he's not going to, but he should do.
That's the 40th. Yeah, so that's also the return of the Saturday night main event that night as well.
Well, I'm going to be a busy boy then, aren't I?
Yeah, ramping up. So, yeah, well, John has, as always, left us some news. Is there anything before we get to the news?
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to continue with my pursuit of Ian and Barbie due to an ongoing legal thing with my network of spies. They have unionized, and I'm now being held accountable for all of this stuff. It's a nightmare. I didn't know lives were so worth living, but I've dug down into the archives and found an old school Skinner fact. Remember them before all this?
They.
Yeah. So, Ian Skinner is credited as the originator of both the lyrics and the dance for the Macarena. I just ate a load of trifle one day, and that's what happened. I don't even know what the chorus is about. I was being violently sick when I wrote that part, he said. Wigfield had a similar experience with tiramisu and Saturday Night, from what I've heard. He later added while throwing scones at a Daniel Craig impersonator in Glossop. So that's that.
Jones.
News then. We are straight into the free agent section. Speedball Mike Bailey contract is coming to an end. PW Insider reported his deal expired in November. The first Spiteful had heard it does run through to the end of the year though. been with TNA since 2021, but last week he was removed from their website. He's still featured on some flyers. I've not heard any plans for him to be on any future shows, though. Multiple people say he was saying his goodbyes in Detroit and gave a heartfelt thank you to the locker room. And he'll be at Winston-Salem at WrestleCade, where TNA has their next pay-per-view. He's expected to go to AEW, according to Fightful, and a number of talent within TNA, as well as sources close to Bayley, claim that is indeed where he is heading. Some other sources indicate, and TNA sources later confirmed, they wouldn't have needed to write Bayley off TNA TV if he were headed to NXT or WWE. Good point.
Yeah.
And Fightful had previously reported Bayley's deal was up at the end of the year, which was reiterated today when they report.
Yeah.
No Continental Classic.
There was talk of him being in the Continental Classic because that would have been great. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, which is a shame because he would have been a great addition to it. So
yeah, that'll be upon us soon, really. I imagine after Full Gear's done, that'll.
It's normally when it starts, isn't it, in the run up to Christmas?
Yeah, so wasn't the final at World's End?
Yes,
or whatever it's called. So.
World's End on Dragon Fight. I don't know.
We're only about 6 weeks away from that. So.
Oh, stop it, Father Time. Darren Calculator. No, Calendar. Never mind. I'm tired. Danhausen. Remember? He hasn't appeared on AEW TV in over a year.
He said some nice things about CM Punk, didn't he? Never been seen since.
I mean, just do what Eddie's done today. Regular as clockwork, innit? AEW pay-per-view, CM Punk says something fucking stupid. Or Chris Jericho's missus gets accused of something.
Yeah.
Well, just, bite the hand that feeds.
What did Eddie do? I've not actually seen that.
Oh, he just put a thing up saying the most disheartening thing for a good employee is seeing a bad employee get away with it or something along those lines. I mean, I wonder who it's about. Also, Eddie's just been chatting shit to RJC all week on Insta. No
one shared it though when he went having his match with Darby. It was like #1 with a bullet, the most special match he had. Yeah, that one didn't get shared around very much.
Because you only focus on the negatives, don't you? That's how wrestling works. Have you not learned anything? And he didn't even appear at Halloween, which is when he's at his most powerful. So Fightful reached out for updates. Sources they spoke to claim that AEW and Danhausen have not been in regular contact for well over 6 months outside of approvals for indie dates, which are protocol for talents under AEW contracts, as we know. Danhausen was set to return from injury about a year ago when he broke his leg, and plans changed regarding his return led to Danhausen expressing frustration directly to Tony Khan, not with responsible joking, I'm assuming. He's not followed him that closely. There have been a few pitches to possibly bring Danhausen back early in the year, and Fightful were told that Bryan Danielson had made some pitches. Nothing came from these plans, however, but Danhausen has been willing to return to work for AEW. We've heard that at least one member of AEW's creative team spoke with Danhausen in September. They've also said that AEW were of the belief that Danhausen wanted to prioritise indie bookings over wrestling on Collision on Saturdays. The other side of that, Danhausen has indicated to AEW that there were family-related reasons that could and did change as the year went on that caused adjustments to his availability. AEW had seen him doing indies before that period and believe he did not want to work Collision. Just talk to each other, people. Fightful Select learned Danhausen's AEW contract runs out in the summer of 2025, so next year, and there are no creative plans for him beyond that. Well, up to that even, which is a shame because as we know, I love Danhausen. And all I've seen him do is a couple of GCW shows recently.
That's sad.
I don't know.
Sad. Tegan Knox indie date has been removed. Nixon Newell, who was Tegan Knox in WWE, recently announced a return to the UK wrestling team with Attack next month. They announced on Friday she wouldn't be competing at the show.
Pronounce it correctly. Attack!
It is in all capitals with an exclamation mark.
With an exclamation mark.
Etta would be disappointed. If we're reading a book with an exclamation mark, she shouts it.
You have
if there's a comma, she goes, comma.
No, you don't need to do that.
Say it in your head, and then that's the poll.
Yeah, that's your gap.
Corey Brennan has asked around within the UK wrestling scene about the removal. Some names expressing disappointment about the withdrawal. In asking about the announcement and process behind the removal, Brennan was told WWE and Attack have been in discussions throughout the entire process and worked to try and make the date happen. Attack spoke well of WWE, despite those we spoke to noting that they were gutted at the end result. While they were asked if a non-compete clause prevented the event, they were not told either way if that was an influence or not. It was expressed that a myriad of issues could have been the cause of the removal, and they are actively looking for a replacement now, but they do want to bring Newell back in the chair.
Yeah, I mean, Stuff happens, innit? Like, just find someone to replace them. It's just a bit of a shame, but Josh Alexander has announced that he's retiring from independent wrestling. Regardless of what may or may not be in my future, after talking with my family, I've made the decision to stop taking indie dates. I've loved my time in the indies these past 20 years. I've done amazing things, worked with amazing people, and got to travel the world performing in front of amazing fans. You should have bought a thesaurus. That being said, I'm tired of the hustle. I'm tired. It's time for the next crop to step up and fill whatever void I may leave behind in the Canadian scene. I have faith because of promotions like Northern Crown in Toronto, because of wrestlers like Faraz Lives, new Northern Crown champion, Vaughn Vertigo, and countless others. He's currently signed to TNA. However, he has stated that he is planning to test free agency once his deal runs out. I mean, yeah, he's been around. Alexander seems to have been around for years. And I guess he just becomes. At least you know when to walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Sure, I've seen Vaughn Vertigo at Bolton Town Wrestling. Sure, I have. I say this all the time, but I'm sure I've seen him at Bolton Town Wrestling. He came out and I was like, "That's Vaughn Vertigo," and everyone else was like, "Who?" And I was like, "All right, just me." Yeah, I'm sure I have. I may be wrong, but I'm 99% sure. They should stop selling Guinness there.
Guinness as well.
It's mild. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I was meant in price.
Oh yeah,
social prices.
Oh yes, sure.
Netflix streaming issues. Last Friday we had the live Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson charade. There was apparently lots of buffering and connectivity issues, but it was one of the most global watched events of the year. Obviously that made people then go, they're going to struggle when WWE go there. Fightful immediately inquired to WWE, said these issues would be kept at a minimum, and if they ever did the traffic that match did, then that would be a good problem to have, because it was crazy numbers that they did. However, Love is Blind finale apparently had some issues as well, and that was live. I think the hot dog championship was okay. I don't think we had any streaming.
What the fuck are you talking about?
When they had to eat as many hot dogs.
That was on television. That was a show.
No, there was an episode live on Netflix with Nikki Garcia co-hosting it the week after she'd been assaulted by her husband, and then Rey Mysterio came out with a championship belt and gave it to the winner.
This sounds like I've fallen down some stairs. What? Okay, why not? Yeah,
alive.
Yeah, if you say so. It sounds like something I eat too much cheese, then I go to bed, and that's the kind of thing that I dream up. Yeah, it's a hot dog eating contest, and let's say
maybe it was burgers. It was something. You had to eat something.
Hot dogs are the traditional eat as many as you can food thing, but right, well, yeah, why not?
So yeah, but they are just foraying into live stuff, so I imagine there will be issues, but you're not going to overcome issues unless you have issues in the first place. So
you don't know what to fix until it's broken. Yeah. It'll be fine. I don't think it's one of them.
It won't really affect us because
we're not watching it live. So as long as they capture it and up it later or whatever, it'd be fine. AEW Revolution. Fightful select Sean Ross Sapp has confirmed with AEW sources, as well as those close to the former Staples Center in Los Angeles, that the company was set to appear in the arena in Q1 of 2024. Today, AEW confirmed that they will be at the Crypto.com arena, where Mothman lives. On March the 9th for AEW Revolution, it will be the first time the company has run this venue. Previously, they've run events at the Kia Forum, and this will be their first event at the Staples Center. Those close to the situation say that the venue had an exclusive agreement with WWE, but the WWE has opted to go with the Intuit Dome for Raw on Netflix. How many? There again, I guess we've got loads in Manchester, haven't we? Like just soulless warehouse buildings. There was at least one source at the venue that Fightful spoke with that said that it rubbed them up the wrong way when WWE switched venues, and were happy that AEW quickly announced their pay-per-view again after WWE's Intuit Dome announcement from WWE Raw. One longtime Staples Crypto Arena source pointed to a situation 15 years ago when they allowed WWE to book the arena on a day's notice when the Pepsi Arena in Denver asked WWE to move due to a playoff game. It's like that bit at the start of basketball, isn't it? Where everyone just moves towns. AEW also announced a 3-night Hammerstein ballroom stay for Ring of Honor, Collision, and Dynamite. They'll be filming the week before Christmas, so that talent and staff don't need to travel the week of Christmas, which is nice. The company is also running a number of more intimate venues in the new year. For example, AEW previously ran the very large Yum Center in Louisville. The Yum Center is a near NBA-sized venue, while Broadbent is scaled much smaller, about a third of the seating. They're also moving from the home of the Phoenix Suns, the Footprint Center, to the much more intimate Arizona Financial Theater. Who names these things? Not all cities are seeing this change, however. The company is also running a new venue in Oceanside, California, at Front Wave Arena. They're hitting Knoxville for the first time in the Knoxville Coliseum, and Clarksville, Tennessee, which just hosted the NXT Premium Live event this year. The company is also going to a number of new venues with newer and more and confusing names. Of note is that after December the 21st, there are only 3 Saturday Collision tapings through March the 12th. That's one Thursday edition, and it will be taped with Dynamite 4 times. This is to happen more as Rampage is now effectively off the company's TV filming slate. So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, because that's going to kill crowds if they're doing back-to-back tapings of 2-hour shows.
Yeah, and tape shows aren't good to watch because the spoilers come out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. To Collision when it came out, I said it was basically, it was on par with Dynamite. I enjoyed it more than Dynamite.
Yeah. Like
them early days were banging. Now it's like, yeah,
I'll put it on if I've got nothing else to do, or I'm hoovering or whatever. But it just seems like
they're also apparently Brian Alvarez said they'll be finally kind of moving to the smaller arenas, so they're not booking like 10,000 plus seater arenas for Dynamite. They'll still do them for pay-per-views, but they're going to move to like the smaller arenas for like the TV shows.
Oh, in the mud, mate, in the mud.
And they're not blacking stuff out. Apparently the rigging didn't allow them to move to smaller venues because there was something in the rigging that was too heavy to be able to go into a smaller venue. That's what Brian Alvarez was saying he did.
In the rigging? What, on a T-shirt?
Something to do with the stage setup.
I know what you mean, yes. I didn't think they meant actual rigging.
Yeah.
That'd have been fun.
Mini stories. I'll just throw one in there because it builds on what you said. Travis Scott was doing a concert and Triple H showed up, gave him a hardcore belt and said he's going to be on the Raw debut. I know the name, I don't know the music, but he's a big player.
I genuinely thought when I read it was a jazz trumpet guy because it sounds like a jazz trumpet guy.
It does.
Done it? Like bebop Travis Scott. Like, yeah. Anyway, it's not. It's
also the WWE graphics team did another fuck up because when they announced it, they had a picture of. They had 4 pictures, one with a super, like each one had a different person on, and then a word. And one of the words was adrenaline, and they put that on Bianca Belair, not on Cody Rhodes. Like, come on,
right there, guys.
Come on.
We will work for food.
Sitting catering all night. Willow Nightingale has been out since late October. Apparently she suffered a concussion. Wish her well. That's good. Cole Carter has been out of action since early June. They're being sidelined with a broken arm, needed surgery. Fightful have learned he's either cleared or very, very close to it. Could return to the ring soon.
Okay.
Likewise, Sky Blue, sidelined with an ankle injury. I remember that. That was when they did that residency in Texas, wasn't it? It's quite early on.
Yeah.
The outlook on her injury isn't as immediately optimistic. Fightful were told she's got a while before she's set to return. Adam Cole's ankle, wasn't it? So.
Oh yeah. No, I mean she's young, so like therefore more resilient. But if your ankle's the wrong way around, then it's going to take time to get the right way around, isn't it? Right.
Yes.
It's a shame because she was trying to get some good momentum up as well.
Yeah, very big fan of hers. I'm still traumatized by Adam Cole saying his ankle disintegrated.
I'm still not over that. Nope. So much so that it made his knees incredibly pale.
AEW's December 7th show, OPW Day, in Columbus was cancelled, but they're still running the city. They're officially announced GalaxyCon will host Collision instead on the same date.
Oh man, I hope that's a Galaxy Quest fan convention.
That's what I thought.
Oh, them people, yeah. That'd be fun.
And then finally, Fightful has learned that former TNA president Scott D'Amore was at the WWE PC on November 8th. Apparently he was just visiting, giving a tour of the facilities. There were some informal conversations along the way. And then games, 2K, WWE 2K23 scheduled to shut down on January the 6th of 2025. Launch on Netflix, get rid of 2K20.
We've only got so much server space, guys. Sorry. We've got to get rid of something. We could get rid of all the old Hulk Hogan matches, but apparently someone wants to fucking watch them. I don't know. Yeah, that's that.
show reviews then. So do review first because we've got the predictions, haven't we, to do? Apparently we talked about the women last week. Apparently NXT, Raw, and SmackDown all started and ended with women.
Wow.
I just heard the fact. I was like, okay. But not particularly happy with the way the War Games is going. I did mention that last week.
Yeah, is it happening? Is that going that way?
Yeah, it's been made of it. There's more shenanigansy stuff that happened on SmackDown, which I didn't like. What I did like in terms of the women on SmackDown, they've started a tournament to crown the first US champion. So series of matches. Yes, series of matches going on. So the first one that we had, and the idea is the final match is going to be on Saturday night main event, so the inaugural champion will be crowned there. But it's a good way to
get people to watch
stock into that show.
Yeah.
They've sold like 10,000 or something tickets already for that, so it's a big event that they're doing. B-Fab, first time I've seen her wrestle. She's very good, actually. Very good. She faced Bayley and Candice LeRae, and it was a really, really good match. Bayley ended up winning. But B-Fab really showed up and showed out.
Okay.
It's good to see. So, yeah, and she's in there with two fantastic performers there with Bayley and Candice LeRae as well. So, fan of that in terms of the women. Not a fan of kind of shoehorning everyone into other matches. I mean, Naomi had a title shot, which she lost, but it just became everyone was fucking around at ringside. And then at the start of Raw, again, started with the women, and Liv Morgan was like, you've not got a full team. You know, there's only 4 of you, there's 5 of us here. Rhea Ripley's music hit. She is back, which did get a big pop, and I can get behind more Rhea Liv team because they've got beef. But there's a lot of people who are just there that
in the team for
like Nia Jax's promo was literally on Raw. She looked at Liv. She went, It was something like, "I don't like you. I don't hate you. I just don't think about you." And then she said the same thing to Raquel Rodriguez. It was kind of like, yeah, they were fighting the other week at Saudi Arabia for the thingy, but we're just going to ignore all the stuff that happened leading up to that. I didn't like it. Very lazy. But Rhea being back, that's great. But yeah, I'd have preferred this to have been a do you know the old school Survivor Series elimination tag match?
Just a tag match, yeah. Not a war
with the eliminations, and it was like last person standing. Because you could tell quite a few intricate stories there with the people involved in the teams. You could set up it doesn't feel like it deserves a War Games. This feels like...
Yeah, but we've got the cage out of storage now, mate, you know. Yeah.
One thing Triple H has done well is he hasn't booked for pay-per-view names, really. Like, he got rid of Hell in a Cell for that very reason. Yes. This kind of feels like falling into, we've got to do it. The men's one, all the sense in the world.
Yes, it's where do you go from there? Yeah, but
I
would. Yeah, I'd quite like the old Survivor Series elimination thing because, like you said, you can start stuff and fuel stuff in that match. But with this, I'm not going to be angry.
That'll be good. I'll tell you the lineup. So the heel side is Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae. Candice is kind of with Nia and Tiffany now, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And then on the faces side, Rhea, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Io Sky. Now again, Io Sky, fantastic, but she was part of Damage Control.
Yeah.
And there was a really good storytelling of Bianca, even when Bayley became good, or going, nah, mate, like you screwed me over loads of times. I don't want anything to do with you. And she's still like that. And now she's teaming with Io because Io ran in and saved her once the other week.
Yeah, it seems a bit. It's just stuff she can get in. It's just stuff she can get in a bin and jump off the fucking top of it.
The 6 War Games match that Io Sky has been in.
Oh, well, fair play to her then.
She did them in NXT.
Yeah.
That's where they came back originally. Yeah, that's on the women's side. The men, I think we're getting black and gold version of Ciampa coming back because there was I didn't really mention it last week. He's pissed off about Motor City Machine Guns coming in and winning, and then Johnny trying to shake their hand and kind of say well done. And he's like, nah, that was our chance to get it. On last week's SmackDown, he basically put them in a match and he murdered whoever it was they were facing in about 30 seconds without tagging Johnny in and then walked off. This week you had Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns. Really good match. But they came out and again, Ciampa just kind of brutalised everyone, pushed Johnny over and walked off. So yeah, we're getting the old black and gold Ciampa back, it would appear, which is I'm there for.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Other match Braun Breaker defended his Intercontinental against Sheamus. Really good match. Got ended though because of Ludwig Kaiser because he hates Sheamus. He's the one who injured him. But the match itself was really good, as you would expect from them. Gunther had told Ludwig Kaiser beforehand to stop getting involved in his business, stop trying to talk for me. Like, that's how
he
muted
pushed him away the other week, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, you need to kind of sort your own stuff out. So this was him doing it. Now, during that promo, as wrestling fans trying to read into stuff, Gunther did say to Ludwig Kaiser, look in my eyes, what do you see? Because there are a lot of rumors that's going to be the rivalry that's coming up, Gunther versus Punk, because Punk has already mentioned it in a promo about.
God, I hope he fucking kills him. Actually kills him.
I imagine he'll A, kill him, and B, Seth will be involved somehow, and then that kind of kickstarts the road to the WrestleMania. But yeah, no, he said that. And in terms of the men's bloodline, which does make a lot more sense, so SmackDown was good in terms of Sammy and the Usos were outside Roman's dressing room, and they were like, we need to tell him no one wants to join with us. And the Usos didn't want to do it. Sammy's like, okay, I'll do it. And they're like, Roman, no one wants to join us because basically you've screwed everyone over. No one wants to help.
Why would you want to? Yeah.
And Roman's just like sat there, and then Solo's music hits, and it comes up on the TV in the dressing room. Then he goes out. Now, what I didn't spot at the time, it's one of these things it's in plain sight, but unless you're actually paying attention, you won't see it. And it might mean nothing, but things tend to mean something in these storylines. Sammy, when Solo's music hit, got a phone out of his pocket and very quickly threw it onto the couch behind him. And we don't know why, but at the very end of the show, which I'll get to, there was a phone call incident with Roman. And it's only kind of afterwards people have shown it. And we don't know why. It could literally have been he's about to go out and fight. You don't want to break his phone. But it doesn't feel like something you would do in the tape segment and make it so obvious.
It's the Hangman tape all over again, isn't it? Yeah.
That's exactly the, yeah.
You don't notice it because you're not looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at Roman's face and everything with them coming out. So, yeah, we don't know what that means. They did have a new bloodline, all came out having a brawl, and Bronson Reed came out and attacked Roman Reigns from behind. So I mentioned that on Raw, they were trying to recruit a fifth member each. Seth Rollins being the one that both of them tried to get. Bronson came out. Got to say to her, he looked very natural fit with that bloodline. I mean, he does. It's not been shown on TV, which I think they would need to do so. He's got Polynesian heritage. He's half Australian, and there's a word for it. I heard him in an interview. It's Amar something. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I don't want to say it in case it's wrong or I'm pronouncing it weird. But yeah,
he has got Polynesian roots. He said he didn't grow up with that side of his family. He grew up in Australia, but actually he used to watch TV, and he used to watch the Samoans and the Wild Samoans and The Rock and everyone, and that was his way into trying to understand his heritage. So there's actually quite a lot of stuff you can tap into there.
I was going to say he feels like he would be a good fit as well, because the
rumors from Fightful and all that were saying that the backstage people, having watched him, because him and Jacob Fatu just took out Roman. Apparently, they said fits like a glove. That was a quote that was going around backstage about Bronson.
I can see it, yeah.
Yeah. So that happened earlier in the show, and then at the end of the night, credits were rolling. It was like a Marvel post-credit scene. So the women's brawl had happened. I was like, okay, it's done. And then it cut to Roman in the back. Earlier in the night, Jey Uso had said to him, you need to make the call, because they were getting beaten down by Bronson. And they were like, we're fucked. We need someone. And I don't know if you've seen this. Roman gets his phone. He's like, call the wise man. The crowd went absolutely nuts. And then you just got the beep, boop, boop. This number is disconnected. And Roman's face was just absolutely broken. And then it just cut to black. And it was like the air was sucked out of the crowd, because they absolutely loved it when they said the wise man. And then they heard the beep, and it's like,
oh, that's good though. Yeah, I might have to find that, because that sounds like my kind of fun.
It's like 20-second clip, but that's where Sammy had a phone. What was he doing? That's where is that connected in some way? Then people were like, well, Solo broke Heyman's phone. I was but you break a phone, you can still carry a number over. There's all sorts of stuff. So I imagine, I'll do Raw then. So that then carried into Raw. They tried to get Seth again, Usos and Sammy. Seth was like, right, listen, I know you've got Bronson.
Seth saying this is fucking stupid, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And he even said, you've got Bronson. I want to get Bronson in a steel cage, but I'm not standing next to that tyrant to do it. And I'm disappointed in all of you. And he said, I would stand next to every single one of you. At the same time, Jey Uso was also good. He went, listen, we've all got beef. He said, me and Jimmy have still got beef. I've got beef with Roman. Sammy's got beef. So they were trying to convince him. End of the night, Seth lost to Bronson Reed, the bloodline came out at the start, but then the OG bloodline chased them away, carried on the match. Really, really good match. As Seth's kind of winding up for the super stomp off the top rope, Solo appeared, naturally distracted him. It wasn't one of them stupid ones because Bronson Reed acted really quickly. He just Death Valley drivered him off the top rope to get the win. And then the ending image was Solo and Bronson Reed standing over Seth's body. So the two trains of thought that's going out of that's going to convince Seth to join. But given what he said, still don't think that's enough.
No, it's going to require that apology. All he has to do is say, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm invested in because he is still not apologised
to the Usos and Sammy.
But if he has to go to Seth, like if SmackDown ended this week with him, Paul Seth Rollins, and then going, we need to talk. And then Raw next week is an actual genuine conversation between the two of it. I'm all in for that because that's so much there, isn't there? If it's just Seth going, yeah, I'm going to join now, so I want to get on Bronson, I've not bought into that.
They've put that much stuff into the nuance of the storytelling of it that to do that would be lazy. Yeah,
it would. If you put the Roman apology or attempt all in for that. The other one, to know you shake your head at this one being floated, is Heyman's radio silent because he's trying to work to get a fifth person for them, and to do so he's just having to keep himself under the radar. And that at War Games he will come out when they think they've got no one, and he will come out, but he will have gone back to a Heyman guy in CM Punk to come out and help, because you go back to, I think it was a show when Drew murdered Punk in Chicago. Remember the one when the shutter went up?
Yeah.
At the start of that show, Heyman came out and interrupted Punk, and then the crowd started chanting Roman, and Punk was like, you're the only man who can interrupt my promo and get a crowd to chant Roman Reigns and me not be pissed off. And it's when Solo came out and Heyman went, take me with you to Punk.
Yeah.
Remember that? And because Punk said to him, what do you want from me? What's your favour? He went, take me with you. And then that night he got attacked, Punk, and then Punk wasn't there for when Solo attacked Heyman.
Yeah.
So that's it. It doesn't feel like that was said for no reason.
No, there's always, I like to believe that things are done for reasons at times. Yeah.
It also feels weird that whatever you feel on it, that Punk wouldn't be on this because it is a year anniversary show since he came back in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then on the side of that, you then get Punk and Roman having some sort of interaction because that'll be a match somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
And if the immediate goal is Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, that's another way to wind up Seth Rollins because he's just stepped into Seth's place and took the thunder that Seth otherwise could have had.
I mean, yeah. There's a couple of ways that could go that are actually quite interesting. Yeah, I mean, we could get Roman apologising to Seth, them getting a fifth man, and then on the night, Punk going, no, I'll do it, and then booting Seth. Just to really rub it in. Like, again, it's actually genuinely quite interesting for once. Good. Imagine.
I would like to see Bronson Reed stay with them, to be honest, going forward, like dig into that heritage in it. Yeah. But he looked phenomenal with them.
It's that
and his story motives is I want to be powerful in the bed.
Yeah, I just don't know how much more legs this bloodline. I mean, I know there's an infinite amount of Samoans ready in the wings to run in at any available opportunity. It's just how much more can you do with this, really, before it gets...
Well, we still don't know technically we do in our heads, which bloodline version The Rock's on.
Oh, that could be. That could be your fifth.
Because
his Christmas film's not done very well, apparently.
It was all right. We went to watch it.
I haven't seen it. Is he in a space safari suit? I haven't seen it. I don't go to the cinema, mate. Despite the fact I get 2 free cinema tickets every month. I hate going because it's full of dickheads constantly. You can't go an hour and a half without looking at your fucking phone. Stay at home. That's official Joe warning. Because I was trying to go and watch Wicked. No.
I should have gone to they're doing a pink and green showing on Saturday where you've got to dress up. It's sold out, that view.
Oh, right.
Dress up as a character.
Nah, I'm all right, thanks. I'm going to stay home and eat a big block of cheese. I think that's my plan for that day.
So that's what we'll do.
Harvey and Barney are out, aren't they? Yeah.
They are. It's my mum's birthday, so she wants to go to the cinema to watch bloody Paddington in Peru with the kids. So we're going to watch that and then going forward with Poshy for Kerry. So we're doing more Barney and Harvey, right?
Well, it's Future Shock Saturday, and I was going to go, but then I've got no one to go with, and I thought, can I just go on my own? Is that weird? And I thought, I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'm assuming there'll be tickets. I know where it is now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, true. Now you can go. So yeah, we've got War Games next week. Oh, Cody called out Kevin Owens as well because of what he did to Randy.
Kevin Owens is a bastard, man.
Yeah, Nick Aldis just said to him, "Nope, he's not here. Don't kind of want him here now. He's a bit too dangerous." Cody, it was very serious. Cody, it wasn't kind of pandering. Oh, what do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? Is it? Like he says, it was just very much like, no, I need like get my hands on that guy. You went, Nick, you were wrestling this time last year. Take your management hat off. You know full well that we need to get him in the ring. He said, get him here next week, and then it did a Kevin Owens promo from a car that he likes to do. And he was like the fucking jokers. He said, I've got to the building today. They've kicked me out, not let me in. He said, now they've rang me and want me to show up next week. So, yeah, we're getting a face-to-face with them on the show. I imagine they'll have a match at Survivor Series.
Yeah. Match for Cody. No, it's just in 2K25. Kevin Owens is a dickhead, and I don't like it.
Yeah, he's naturally a dickhead.
No, but I like Kevin Owens because he's justified in his dickheadedness. Where in this, I'm like, mate, I'm sweet Ryan Rage. Why are you angry at me? I've not done anything. Yeah, Ryan Rage.
Dynamite then. I said that before we record, I've not got around to watching that, but we do that and we'll do the full gear predictions alongside the stories as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I don't really know. I haven't got the card up for that. I was just going to go through basically the bits I remember of it. The opening match was Bang Bang Gang against Christian Cage and Adam Page. Pretty fun. Hook came out, went for Nick Wayne, which is leading to something further down the line because of the whole Taz thing. There was some nastiness with the getting smashed in the head with the contract briefcase thing. And Hangman wins. I know it's the fuel like Hangman against Jay White, but I just kind of, I don't know. Jay White just doesn't do it for me at the moment.
No, I don't think we've not been presented the version of Jay White that people knew from New Japan. Well, on that then, so predictions. That is a match. Full gear. Hangman versus White. It was on the last pay-per-view as well when Jay White won.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hangman then, isn't it?
Is he like 4-1 though? Haven't they had like
who knows?
Matches?
Yeah,
there like quite a few matches that Hangman's never won. Yeah, I'm gonna go Hangman.
Yeah, this is his time to because he's evil and he's not evil. He's justified. Leaves his flowers, leaves his plants.
I love that. Okay.
I just fucking love that he's going. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about plants now. Ospreay came out. Tony Schiavone couldn't pronounce Takeshita's name. He was like, Kentesuke Namoshita. I was like, who the fuck's this, Tony? Have you been on the gym already, pal? But no, again, I get it. You get tongue-tied stuff. He called out Kyle Fletcher, and Fletcher was like, you looked after me but wanted to make me like you, but I'm nothing like you. And then Ospreay was like, but you've done everything that I did, so what are you? Are you me? Or are you yourself?
Yeah,
pick a lane. And I'm like, he's right. Because he's like, yeah, I fucking stabbed Kenny in the back. Yeah, I stabbed Okada in the back. Like, but you're just doing that as well. So that just makes you me. It was quite good. And then he started talking about holding his kid's hand. And I was like, boo, get with that.
That wasn't it?
I did like when he
threw a very good promo.
Yeah, man, he's a great promo. I just like as well. See when have you seen the bit where he throws? He goes, I know what you've got in your back pocket. You've got a screwdriver. Give it here so we can talk like grown-ups. And I'll spray like throwing knives.
It lands in the thing,
and it just sticks into the mat. Like I was like, that's metal. I like that.
Who have you got for that then?
The end bit of it was Brian Cage and Murder Bird show up. And then he's like, no, I've got my own mates as well. And Mark Davis and Hobbs came out. It all kind of like weirdly flowed into each other, Dynamite. Nice. There was no sort of because they were just like, Lance Archer and fucking thingy, Roderick Strong now, and Roddy come running out like, oh fuck, this is going on. Yeah. Don't know. Ospreay kind of feels like he could do with the lose, doesn't it? It helps build Kyle Fletcher up, and then they can have another one further down the line.
Yeah, because Ospreay's been. I think he needs the statement win.
Yeah, Ospreay's been selling like ever since the Tiger Driver. His arm's fucked, and yeah, so I'm assuming that's what we're gonna get. So yeah, going with that on that. Again, possibility to be an absolute fucking barnstormer of a match. Lance Archer and Roddy Strong, right? I think Nikki's mentioned this in the past as well. Don't fight in the fucking disabled area because people in wheelchairs and stuff can't move out of the way very quickly. This is what happened. Yeah, I was like, you could just brawl right next to it where all those people who can like move quickly can move quickly. Roddy Strong looked like he fucked his arm up as well. But yeah, Roddy wins, so he's like, right, Max, full gear, I'm going to fucking kick your face in. And then Takeshita comes down, and he had to fight Adam Cole and his pale knees. Cole was winning, and then Takeshita puts on the Dynamite Diamond ring, which I thought had got stolen. Yeah. Thought it got nicked in London, and it was in a pound cash converters or something. But
so MJF had tracked it down, and then on Dynamite about 2 weeks ago, because he's been cutting promos from his house drinking wine,
getting massaged.
And there was one when he was like, "I need to make a call," and then this like bodyguard came to Don Callis and presented him with some money and a box, and the box had the Dynamite ring.
Yeah, he said, he was like, "Don, I need you to do me a favor." Yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, he smacked Cole with the ring. Takeshita wins. He's smiling. Roddy comes down to help him. Takeshita like runs off. Oh no, how does he? No, I think he punches him in the balls. Then Kyle O'Reilly comes down to make the save, and they're all like, "Hey, should we do the thing?" And Kyle O'Reilly's like, "No," and just kind of walks off. Which I was like, "Okay." Somewhere Bobby Fish is crying. Into a haunted photo, and haunted thing of himself.
So the belief was we were going to get a triple threat, but we're not now. We're getting MJF and Roderick Strong. So.
Yeah, which
can't see MJF lose that.
No, MJF ain't booking himself to lose on that. Which is a shame because Roddy's done pretty good to make me actually care about him. Because
he's a great wrestler.
He's a great wrestler. I just didn't enjoy like the work he was doing. It's just me. That's fine. Bastard Squad pulled up, and then like Orange Cassidy came out. Basically, they said, right, we've got a one-on-one at Full Gear. He called Wheeler Yuta a dick. He called him a pawn. Wheeler Yuta's beard looks like it's very soft as well.
It does.
Like he conditions it or something. I don't know.
We started the New Zealand version of Married at First Sight last night, and there's a guy who's got a massive beard that he straightens.
Yeah.
So he blow dries it to condition it, and then he straightens his beard. It like goes down.
Does he come from the fucking Undermountain? What? No, I think Harvey's watching that now, so I'll probably catch the end of it when I get in. But yeah,
didn't the poster for Dynamite say that the Bastard Squad were taking over the station? Did that?
No, he said Mox will seize the means of production.
What did they do?
Nothing. They just basically came in, they chatted shit. Dark Cassidy came out, called him out, gonna get the match. He called Yuta a thingy, and then everyone else like sort of swarmed in. Darby Allin did a sting off the concourse in a pink sting mask, which I thought was nice. And then everyone else fucking appeared. Darby got swung into a fucking garage door again by Claudio. I'm like,
I've seen that.
Yeah, Darby has no luck with fucking roller shutters, does he? Like, if he's not getting trapped under them, he's getting whipped into them constantly.
It's a full 180 degree spin as well, isn't it?
Oh, the lad's fucking. Someone sent me Gunther against Darby in whatever company it was years ago. Fucking Gunther's just throwing him around like a twig man. It's terrifying. But yeah, and then Yuta jumps in the truck and they drive away. It was a bit kind of. I get it. We've still got a week to go. We can't really do that yet. Chris Jericho did some bollocks. Has he got a match, actually?
Well, who do you think's winning then? Moxley or Cassidy?
Moxley's never beat him, has he? Cassidy's always beaten him in the 2 times they fought previously.
They're not 1-for-1.
Is it 1-for-1? I don't know. I'm not a statistician. This is why. But it seems too early to take it off Mox at this point for me. But yeah, I can't remember. I know there was the time that Orange had to hit him about 9 times with the Orange Punch.
Yeah, I'm sure the first one he absolutely got busted open, Cassidy, but he got Moxley's respect in the loss.
I can't remember. It's not massively important, but yeah, I got Moxley for that. The Bastard Squad is an ongoing problem, and it's only when Kenny comes back that it's going to get that, I think.
Yeah, so he lost the international title to Mox. That's how Mox won it.
Okay.
It's when you had the kind of broken down Cassidy because he was just fighting and
every
constantly
week,
getting himself injured.
Yes.
That was that All Out 2023, and then he beat them in whatever the follow-up match was.
Right, so the 1-for-1
title back. Yeah.
Yes, because that's when Mox went on holiday, wasn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, it should be good. But again, the Bastard Squad have still got more stories to tell. Because there's a theory that Yuta's going to see the error of his ways and be replaced by Jack Perry. Because Yuta's not prepared to go that extra mile whereas Jack Perry was prepared to have himself set on fire. Like, that's the dedication that they need.
And he stuck around even though the Bucks
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the lead.
So, and then Utah's left in the no man's land because he's got no best friends, he's got no bastard squad. What does he do? Form another faction because it's AEW and we must have 8,000 factions at any one point. Britt Baker and Penelope Ford had what some people called a match. I don't know, man. Britt Baker just ain't doing it for me anymore. She looks like she can't be arsed being there. I don't know. I don't know whether that's just me, but I was just like...
She hasn't in the matches I've seen. But then I'm also conscious she went through some pretty horrific
stuff.
I
know.
Where's she at physically as well? Like,
but come back when you're 100% on game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was enough people in that division. People weren't going to forget about you. You were the first big, woman star that AEW had, really.
Yeah,
homegrown person, we'll say then, yeah. So, you don't need to rush back and do, an absolute dog shit match. Penelope Ford was, it just... And again, it wasn't like it was a long match anyway, but it just felt like this wasn't great. And if you're only putting one women's match on a show, it needs to be better than that, because...
Where was it in the show?
It wasn't... No. It was about halfway through.
Good.
It's about an hour and a bit in.
Top of the hour.
Swerve against Lio Rush.
I've seen some clips from that.
Was as good as you were expecting it to be. But it led to basically Swerve and Bobby Lashley just squaring up to each other. And then Shelton comes out. Shelton Benjamin comes out and they beat the fuck out of Swerve while they made Prince Nana watch. Yeah, it all feels a bit kind of too far out for that, I guess. But Swerve's got a week to reply or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we've got the go home show tonight. So Swerve versus Lashley then. Lashley's first match. He can't surely lose.
Yeah, Lashley's got to win because otherwise, it's gonna. And Swerve can take the loss. I think Swerve's got the start of the downfall. Not the downfall of Swerve, but him realizing that he can't go it on his own and he needs people around him to watch his back.
Yeah, be a good story.
And then the 4-way, Cash and Dax, FTR against Kings of the Black Throne, or Knights of the Black Throne, as Tony called them at one point, because Tony was just clearly on the sauce. Again, absolutely cracking match. And Kings of the Black Throne are through to the Full Gear 4-way, which feeding into Collision, the Acclaimed got through as well, thanks mostly to Anthony Bowens. Again, as much as it pains me to break up the Acclaimed, because as a tag team, yeah, they were great and they were loads of fun, but Bowens is streets ahead for me in terms of just where he needs to be. And also, he isn't a petty bitch on Twitter and that, but yeah.
Who's winning that? We've got Private Party versus defending against the Outrunners, House of Black, and the Acclaimed.
As much as I would love my boys, the youngest men alive, to win the Outrunners, it's Private Party. But again, there's enough different styles of wrestling there that could be an absolute one for the ages. Got House of Black doing creepy, spooky stuff. Outrunners just gorilla pressing people while doing huge piles of coke. Good, clean fun. Oh, also in the show, Mercedes Moné was there. Statlander appeared behind her like fucking creeping Jesus, and then threw her and Camille through a very, very thin wall.
She speared them through it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was fun. It was a good bit. Hopefully.
Who's winning that?
Hopefully,
TBS Championship.
Stat takes the fucking belt off her, so she can get involved in the main thingy. Because for the biggest woman signing you've ever had, we're talking Sasha Banks, we're talking WWE Women's Tag Champion, all that jazz. To have her lurking around on the mid card seems weird. And I know they couldn't take it off Toni Storm because the whole thing with Mariah was going on there. But now is the time to get it off her and get Mercedes into the main title picture for me.
Good point. No, that's a good point.
And then Statlander can actually do something with that belt rather than just have it sat on Mercedes defending it only on pay-per-views and random squash matches.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you also got the point of when both titles are defended, this one has then been promoted as the bigger match.
As the bigger match.
Women's Championship.
Yes, as All In, bewilderingly. When you pointed that out the other week, I was like, I forgot about that entirely, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Julia Hart should be back soon. If we get a Julia and Stat feud, or, you know what I mean? There's just get Mercedes away from that and get her into the not the top flight of it, but you know what I mean, into the bit where she should be as someone of her stature.
You could bring over Joanna Jays, who's obviously done a lot of work. She had that shot
get
against
Anna Jay involved in
week.
there. What's she called? The little Russian lass who I love, whose name I can't remember.
Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch, get her involved in it. I think she's back now, isn't she? Oh, she's back soon. Like, there's enough people there to be doing stuff with. And then also get Athena involved in it and just have her kill people. Because why is everyone else from Ring of Honor on fucking AEW apart from Athena? Make it make sense. That was that. I didn't watch Rampage, and I've skimmed roughly through Collision because again, just haven't got time at the moment. I say that I've been doing like an hour a day of Veilguard, which I could use to watch wrestling, but I need them kissings. That's what I need. Zero. This is what's announced so far. There is still time for more stuff.
One more main card match. We've got TNT Championship, Jack Perry against Daniel Garcia.
Oh, yes. I think this will be... I think this is where Jack Perry shows his true colours, and this is where he tries to kill Daniel Garcia. I don't know, but I'm
going to go Garcia.
Okay, that's fine. I just think it's that thing of... If Yuta is going to be the weakest link, they need to replace him with, it's just a theory.
No, I think that's more of a heart overhead.
Yeah. I mean, both would make sense, but
which is good.
If Mox ain't losing, then they can't have like a heel person lose as well. Because if he's going that way, you can't have Bastard Squad looking weak. I don't know.
True.
And your 0 hour
match. More match. You want to introduce the final match of the card?
It's Big Boom AJ against QT Marshall in a match that nobody asked for. But I don't know.
And also on Dynamite tonight. Starting the hype for that.
But I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
Big Boom's on it tonight.
Who the hell cares? Yes, exactly. I'm assuming AJ Boomington is going to win because it's QT Marshall, isn't it? He'll just come out, do the fucking job, take his check, innit? Like, although apparently that AJ guy used to be a wrestler, so like it could be all right. But I honestly, I kind of get it in terms of like, it's just like a shit Bad Bunny, though, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could have got anyone, and they got a guy that yells boom in fucking Costco. Hey, he's got 8 billion viewers on Twitch or TikTok or whatever the fuck it is. Because the world is full of fucking simpletons.
I know him.
Of course you do. You're a child. This is what it's panders to.
Well, yeah, I said it feels very WWE kind of thing. The only defense I'd give it, though, is at least they put it on the pre-show because that's not on the main card, but also from a business point of view, that's clever because you're going to get more people than watching the pre-show. Like, oh, yeah, that's no one on YouTube. If you then put some actual quality matches and
either side of it
on the pre-show, not a 22-man tag, and actually get some quality stuff on.
How dare you tell Tony how to do his job?
Yeah, so I'll have this as a sandwich between some really good
other
things,
good
and then
matches.
You might go, I'll stick around there.
Yeah, I'll drop the coin for it.
So I get it.
Oh yeah, I just don't care. As someone who, I'd be nice to see QT. It's been a while. See if his hair plugs have took.
It has. He's been dealing with the graphics department after they accidentally wished Mercedes Moné happy birthday instead of Mercedes Martinez.
It is difficult with them both being called Mercedes and having an M for a surname. If you're looking on the register when you're signing in, like, I don't know. It's
I hope the person doesn't work on Raw with your Braun and Bronze.
They're spelled slightly different. No, they're not. Well, two of them are. But yeah, the only other thing as well was the November Rain promo thing.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Which is very good. And I was kind of down on AEW last week. And I still am a little bit, but that really helped get me sort of... Actually, I think it's just me being negative. It is good. It's just me not giving it my full attention. And that's sort of my thing. Because watching that, I'm like, oh, there is stories there. It all makes sense. I should be more excited for it. And that kind of did help G me up a wee bit. So that was nice. I guess that's the point of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I came out of the video feeling like two things. One, my immediate was that's phenomenal, really good, exactly what you said. The other part of me was like, well, no, I have paid attention to some of the TV and it's not been as gripping. I don't want to just have to watch a video package to feel hyped. I want to watch the show to feel hyped. That makes sense.
Yeah,
but it is for me. It is there.
Yeah, for me personally, I just think I've been too negative on it because I've not been able to give it the time that it deserves. So that's kind of my fault, but also some of it just hasn't been gripping me anyway. The Hangman Switchblade thing, couldn't care less about anything with Chris Jericho in it. Couldn't give a fuck about it. Like,
It'll get a match.
and
We've got time.
that's
We've
always the
got
way
time.
with wrestling. The stuff that just you don't care about. Right. But as someone who kind of at the moment has only got time to watch Dynamite, nothing seems to have come from the other shows. Where's Hologram? Where's Frankie Mortos in all this? In the multi-man on the buy-in. Yeah, we know, Tony. Fucking hell. Oh, it's midweek, Tony. He'll be deep into his bags now, won't he? Yeah. Allegedly.
That's it. So there were more matches to add. We'll get John's predictions on there as well, and put them out on Saturday. Enjoy that show.
Yes. We are now also on that there Blue Sky. At Damn It Vacant at Blue Sky, whatever it is, you'll find us. I think Nikki added us to a lovely starter pack for like British, well, just wrestling people who aren't dickheads. Somehow we managed to get on that, despite being dickheads. Well, I am. But yes, that's that.
That is it. Okay, see you next week.
Yeah, have fun.
Bye. Making more food for Friday.